Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Lincoln County city is under a state of emergency as officials say they are struggling to get clean water. And respiratory illnesses have continued to increase over the past few weeks in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. It is 5:35 on December 29th, 2023, just days away from 2024. I hope you guys have made some resolutions, but let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, I think my resolution is to start the car at least 7 minutes before I leave so that I can make it here.
Yeah, Madison, you have to start the car a little bit early this morning if you want to get that frost off the windshields. I know I had to fire up my truck a little bit early because it was certainly frosted over a little bit this morning. And we're watching for the potential of some wintry mix to move in over the next few hours. That could put a little precipitation on those wind chills. You'll see right now on the satellite radar picture, those snow showers are back towards Louisville, and they are diving down towards the mountains, and they will arrive later on today. Going to be a mix of rain and snow as temperatures right now are generally into the 30s area-wide. Jenkins, we are dry for right now. Same story over in Mount Vernon along I-75. And then as we head on up to downtown Hazard, you can see it's 28 degrees with mostly cloudy skies here in town right now. 27 Manchester, 32 London and Williamsburg, 30 in Jackson. Good morning, Prestonsburg. You're at 32, 31 for my friends down in Pikeville. It is a chilly start to the morning. You will need a few minutes to scrape off that wind chill this morning or fire it up and let that defroster do its job. But as we go into the afternoon, a mix of rain and snow as temperatures are into the mid-30s. And even though I think we will see some decent snow at times, not expecting much accumulation because that temperature is going to be above freezing at least until we get into tonight. If we're going to see accumulation, best chance is going to be after sunset tonight. We'll take a look at those chances here in a few minutes, Madison.
Shane, thank you. In Lincoln County, the city of Stanford's mayor has issued a state of emergency about the ongoing water situation. Mayor Dalton Miller says this has not been a situation that transpired Thursday night, but has been continuing for several months. He says the city just has not received enough rainfall during that time, causing the main reservoir they get raw water from to not be full.
Because we could lose thousands of gallons of water if it's a major leak before anybody can get there to repair it or before we can find it.
The issue is not just exclusive to Stanford. Other places throughout Lincoln County are experiencing water problems, and even some places in Casey County are going through it as well. Officials say they are not shutting down car washes yet because they are hoping a rainy winter will help them. While gun violence numbers in 2023 are lower than the year prior in Louisville, healthcare workers say they are still too high. The Louisville Metro Gun Violence Dashboard shows there have been more than 400 non-deadly shootings this year. That's down about 7% from last year. U of L Health says doctors and nurses are still working on many of these cases. The Gun Violence Intervention Team also gets involved in shooting incidents.
Just the impact that it has, not only physically but mentally, we definitely do see that. Whether it takes a little longer for someone to kind of heal, because you have to be in the mindset to be able to heal. So that is when you even leave the hospital, we want to make sure that we are not only supporting someone's physical needs, but their mental health needs.
All adult gunshot victims are taken to U of L because it is the only level 1 trauma center in the region. A woman accused of shooting at her husband and his girlfriend faced a Scott County judge yesterday. Natasha Hacker had a not guilty plea entered for her yesterday. She is charged with attempted murder, wanton endangerment, and wanton endangerment of a police officer. Her arrest citation shows she shot at her husband and his girlfriend last Friday night. An officer then shot at her. No one was hit. Hacker is due back in court Tuesday. As the new year quickly approaches, folks may be making their New Year's resolutions. One resolution that officials at Addiction Recovery Care say does not have to wait is treatment for an addiction. If you or a loved one are struggling, there are treatment options available as early as now.
If you go 2 or 3 days without the substance that you're used to using and you go back to use again, you have much higher chance of overdosing. And so it's even more dangerous if you're at home trying to do it on your own and then you give up on day 3 and go out and get high. That could be the last time you ever get high.
Keaton says they have transportation available to anyone in the Commonwealth. All they have to do is call their intake team at 606-638-0938. Whether you traveled for the holidays, did some last-minute shopping, or gathered with family and friends, there's a chance that you are one of many feeling under the weather. The Fayette County Health Department released new statistics showing they have seen nearly 200 lab-confirmed cases of flu, making this the 6th week straight of total cases rising by at least 40. COVID cases are on the rise too, with more than 180 reported in the last week as well.
With the holidays, we are certainly seeing so many more people. You've got germs from the north and the south and the east and the west all mixing, and so we tend to see a big increase in these illnesses in kids and adults as well.
Dr. Katrina Hood says if you are worried about yourself or your child, book an appointment with your doctor. Kentucky is not going to get its first ever charter school. The Madison County School Board is denying LaFontaine's charter school application. Earlier this year, lawmakers passed House Bill 9, which set up a funding model for the schools. Gus LaFontaine applied to take the school from a private nonprofit to a charter school open to the public. A Franklin Circuit judge struck down HB 9 as unconstitutional. Lawmakers may try to get amendment on the November ballot to change Kentucky's constitution. Senate President Robert Stivers has filed paperwork for re-election as representative in the 25th District. In a statement, Stivers says he would be honored and hopes to continue to represent the 25th District. The 25th District includes Clay, Jackson, Knox, McCreary, Owsley, and Whitley counties. The Senate Republican Caucus Campaign Committee revealed Stivers has raised more than $450,000 in contributions. Coming up, former President Obama released his annual list of best movies from the year, some of which weren't the biggest blockbuster hits.
Forecast turning a little bit wintry later today as rain and snow moves in. We'll track it for you right after this.